Hello everybody, and welcome to our Pennhurst Part 2 investigation, where we go into the basement of the Mayflower building where an entity known as King is said to reside. According to the show Destination Fear, which if you have Discovery Plus, you can actually go watch this episode. They say that the entity King tends to go either for the female of the group or the largest man of the group. Leave a comment down below right now, which one do you think it goes after, Jake or Sarah? Let's just say he definitely made himself known. We then make our way to the Devon Hall building, which is known to have a lot of activity as well. Unfortunately, in the basement is this area called Candyland, was under 2 feet of water and we were unable to investigate there. We will be going back again though. However, we were easily able to communicate with spirits on floor 1. If you want any more info on Pennhurst, be sure to watch part 1, which you can click right here or down in the description below. Be sure to drop a like on the video and please don't forget to subscribe. It's a small click for you guys, but it means the absolute world to us. Plus, it's free, so why not do it? Also, don't forget to watch all the way to the end for the funny moments from the investigation. You don't want to miss that. Thank you all so much for watching, and enjoy. Sarah, John, Jake, Phil, and myself all just got done investigating on the 2nd floor, which if you guys want to watch that, I will leave a link down in the description, or you can click on it right up here. And decided to go to our nerve center and gather up some pieces of equipment to go down to the basement, where the entity King is said to reside. While we were doing that, Phil decided to go off by himself and wandered down there to take a look around.
Good place to hide. Good place to hide.
While Phil was in the back room, you can hear what sounds like a pebble getting tossed. Now, again, he is the only person that is down in the basement right now. I honestly feel so bad for what happens to Phil next. He didn't bring a flashlight for some reason down into the basement, but as he's walking around, the infrared light shut off on him so he couldn't see anything through his camera screen for about a minute straight until it finally came back on for him. A little while after Phil's light came back on, you can hear what sounds like a distant bang. Sarah, Jake, John, and myself all finally went down to the basement to meet up with Phil. And as we were all looking around and exploring, you can hear what sounds like a distant scream or a yell. Coming up next, you can hear what sounds like a bell. A few minutes later, you could see John hitting a xylophone with this multi-tool, and the sound it makes is pretty close to the bell noise.
We're here to say hi. We're here to say hi. Sarah.
Oh, Jake, I stopped moving over there.
It's about Big Fred.
Is that Fred?
I don't know.
Stupid. Would it be him on the right? Yeah, move it like that. Right, stop moving, stop moving. Babe, move your arms around. Move your arms around.
So this figure is being mapped on a wall. There is nothing there, but above it is a window. And as you can see my arm waving back and forth, and the figure is still there, but you can see my arm pop up right by the window. So it could not have been me or anybody else in front of that wall.
Is that him?
I don't know.
Can you move out of that area? Because we're mapping something and we don't know if it's you. No, it's not him.
So now at this point, we all decide to migrate towards the back of the basement. As we were walking through this one side room, Sarah freaks out because she saw a shadow thing run past her. Now before Sarah starts speaking, you can actually hear what sounds like a moan.
Is there like a button? Is there like a button? Did you hear that?
So now at this point, we were all heading back to the entrance of the basement when we saw another room that we didn't go into yet. As we were starting to head towards the room, the stationary picked up something interesting. Now from what we see, it looks like Jake's shirt gets tugged on. He doesn't remember if he pulled it or not, which he realistically could have. But what if he didn't tug on his own shirt?
Did you guys hear that? Sarah, before you said something, I heard clear thing. Yeah.
Coming up next, while we were all in that side room, I kept hearing stuff coming from the doorway in the back. I don't like this doorway. So now we finished up in the basement and start to head upstairs. As we went up, we noticed Jake started feeling sick. We think the entity that resides in the basement, King, messed with him a bit, since Jake was the biggest man in the group. Jake felt so sick he ended up sleeping in John's car for the rest of the night and actually stopped investigating.
Truck. Calm it. Oh, it's like. You alright?
My stomach's killing me.
Stomach?
Yeah, it feels like it's on fire. Not even lying.
Oh man.
You want to sit out?
Did you eat something weird? Or are you just not feeling?
Yeah, my stomach's just right now. Since we were up there and we heard that.
Really?
I made sure I'm not next to the wall, so it's not like something yanking.
Damn.
Does this normally happen like regularly? Is this something brand new? No. Do you want to sit out of Devin? Can we get into the tunnel?
As John, Sarah, Phil, and myself were making our way over to the Devon Hall, Sarah had the K2 meter out and for some reason it was going off. But we weren't anywhere near anything electrical to make it go off like that. Is it paranormal, or is there a ton of electricity around that handrail?
Play again, Spikes. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, yours is around like a metal for some reason. Putting me the rail too. That's so weird. That's weird.
We made it into the Devon Hall building. Phil and myself were in the main hallway trying to decide where to place the stationary camera, while John and Sarah branched off to the left in one of the rooms that had a bathroom in it. While John and Sarah were doing a dowsing rod session, you can hear what sounds like a loud bang off in the distance. As Phil and myself were in the hallway, you can hear what sounds like a distant yell. Now, right as soon as I got the stationary all set up, you could see what looks like a shadow run across the hall to the right. To prove it isn't me in front of the camera, you could see me walk in front and I don't make a shadow. So coming up is honestly one of the scariest experiences I think I've ever had ghost hunting. We've been to quite a few places to investigate, and none of them have scared me like this. I've been by myself in most of these places as well. I decided to go by myself in the Devin Building. The guide told us if someone is at the entrance and someone else is on the other end and you scream, the other person cannot hear you. With that in mind, I still decided to go alone while Phil, John, and Sarah stayed in the bathroom section.
Where are you? Point to where you are. Okay. Is there any boys or girls in here? Is this where you used to take your showers? Thank you.
This next part is a pretty cool piece of evidence, honestly. As Sarah is asking questions, the EMF meter goes off at the same time as the rod swinging.
Oh, it's like, oh. Ooh, look at the K2 going. You guys are great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, look at that. They're all going.
Oh, I just saw a shadow over here. At the corner of my eye. Definitely saw something move right in here. Like right down in this walkway. Oh man, this is cool. So I was alone for about a half hour and really wasn't getting much, so I decided to walk back over to John, Sarah, and Phil and meet up with them. And as I made it over to them, I was looking into the other room and you can hear this weird noise get picked up on my camera. Huge thank you for coming back to join us for part 2. If we've learned anything from this episode, do not ever think you are incapable of being affected. At times, these places that we investigate can be dangerous, so try to take all the precautions you can beforehand. Please don't forget to join us for our final video in our Pennhurst series scheduled to post on Saturday, October 23rd. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And now, on to the funny moments.
Hey, do you have any balls?
Yes. Was that you setting the motion to it? Did you set the...
In all of these buildings, we have kind of like an open door policy. So if the door is open, feel free to wander in. If it's blocked by any means, meaning a rope or a piece of wood or what have you, if it's like, oh, there's something deterring me from going this way, don't go that way. This includes, there's a water fountain there.
Mm.